Hi, everybody. Welcome to my other's keeper.
Guys,
We have Krystal
back.
here. She's back. So it's been a while since the three of us, you, me, and Krystal, have all been together. Um, Krystal left my house this morning, so really we've seen each other much more recently. And so it's been about a year since Krystal moved into her new, no longer new place.
Yep.
And so let's hear what's been going on over this last year and how life has changed. Or
Oh,
has it?
so much has changed.
Okay. So share
Um,
how you feel, or share what you feel is
uh,
necessary. I don't know.
so much. Well, it's been just over a year since I moved in here. So of course, when
Yep.
I moved in, it was all the trying to figure out where things were gonna go and all that stuff.
Hmm.
And I'm still in that process.
Honey, I've been in this house for 20, it'll be 23 years in 2 months, and I'm still figuring it out. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I know I will be
Yeah,
constantly until I've possibly move on from this place, and then the process will continue.
that's right.
In some ways, I kind of feel like this apartment is too big,
Oh,
and
okay.
yet I have stuff everywhere.
Yeah.
Uh, the smaller of the two rooms is full of totes and stuff that I need to still go through,
Storage.
and
Yeah.
yep, and my treadmill, and well, I've got my hi Chris.
Chris. Yep.
Um,
Chris is a guy from where I finished high school.
okay,
So, yeah, he knows Samara and he knows quite a number of people I know simply through the wrestling world, actually. So
okay.
it's kind of odd that, yeah. So, hey, Chris, nice to see you.
Welcome. Um, Sometimes it does feel too big,
Mhm.
but everything is so full right now that I kind of have to have this much space.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
Uh,
We're all kind of like goldfish. We kind of expand into whatever space we're put. And then when we're
yeah,
forced into something small, then we get uncomfortable.
well, this the thing is, this is smaller than my trailer,
Yes, it is.
but I was living in such a small portion of my trailer, and the rest was
Mhm.
storage, that this
Right.
feels too big.
Yep. Well, yeah, like
But
each of the rooms that you're in is larger per room, I think, but you had a lot more, like you said, a lot more storage space, a lot more, like your
yeah,
laundry room was a room of its own, and it
mhm,
had a lot of storage in there. So yeah.
yeah. And then there was an actual storage room
Hmm.
in the addition.
Hmm. Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
bedroom in the trailer was probably about the size of the bedroom here that I'm using as a bedroom.
Hmm. Okay.
But
Yeah.
this one seems bigger because I've only got a single bed.
That's right. Well, and you weren't using the one in the trailer anymore.
No,
Um, you
I
had
I had
chosen to
gotten rid of
use,
the
yeah.
I had gotten rid of the double bed because
Hmm.
there was too many. It's one that I had when I was growing up. So
Ooh,
everything that I had
the
furniture wise
associations. Yep.
when I was growing up, I said, you know what? Not gonna do it. I'm gonna
And why
just
should
leave
you,
it.
right?
And exactly.
Yeah.
And at that point I was sleeping on the couch anyways. And then I
Hmm.
built myself a day bed and
Hmm.
used that in the living room
Hmm.
and just had
Yeah.
a recliner. I
Yeah.
didn't need
And now
much
you have a
more.
recliner and a couch.
And the
And
bed.
the day bed. You still have the day bed. So, yeah.
Yeah. I usually start my nights out in the recliner and then move to the bed later on in the night, just because I need that extra lift
Yeah,
to
for
be able to
sure.
get to sleep and not cough too hard.
Exactly. Yeah. My
So,
GERD has been coming back. So, gastroesophageal reflux disorder. Um, so the acid in my stomach comes up, but I don't feel like I have heartburn. It just is a tickle, and that makes me cough. So I need to be a bit more um, careful with what I eat. I've been less careful lately because it's been gone for so long. So I need to get back to being careful and, taking proper care of myself and all that other good stuff.
you know,
I know, right?
to do that too.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah.
But yeah, so of course, when I moved in here, I had the October before, I had gone back to work after 4 months being off
Hmm.
and had gone to a 3:30 a.m. till noon shift.
Right.
And
How's that going for you?
I love it. It's so much easier to um, do that shift. I work half my shift with the night crew,
Hmm.
um, which means I work at my own pace in my own area, and half the
Perfect.
time I don't see them.
Well, yeah, I mean it's a huge store and you've
Yeah,
just got this little area that's we've got the Krystal area and then everyone else.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
and with them, with that area, they're usually just working like grocery and paper
Hmm.
and chemicals and
Mm.
pets.
Hmm.
So they're working on the consumable side and I'm on
Hmm.
the other side.
Right.
So yeah, it's
Yeah.
kind of nice that way.
Yeah. So for
So
people who don't want to be around a lot of people at the same time, yeah, this is kind of
yeah.
perfect for being able to just get your head down and do what you need to do.
Am I away from my bully? Sort of. um
Yep.
at this point in time right now, for the past week and for the next few weeks, I'm away from him completely.
And why
um
would this be?
hmm?
And why would this be?
I guess he hurt himself or something. I went into work last Monday and there was a get well card
Soon?
sitting in
Yep.
the training room for everyone to sign, and it was for him. And I'm like,
Hmm.
hey, whatever.
Couldn't have happened to a nicer guy. Yeah. Or a better guy. Yeah.
No, he's thankfully he's kind of staying away and
Yes.
keeping things keeping away from me, which is really nice.
Yeah.
I'm not having as much anxiety
Mm-hmm.
when I see him as I was.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I'm still vigilant.
Yes.
If I see him down an aisle that I was going to go down, I turn around and I go down a different aisle.
Yep.
It's not that hard to do. Of course, he seems to think otherwise, but men don't think the same way as women. Sorry.
The thing is that it used to be that you would have just frozen
Yeah.
and become just tight. And now you are you're so much more confident in yourself. And I love seeing you grow over this last few years. It's been wonderful.
Um, yeah, it's been a road.
Hmm. Yeah.
um, Yeah, I'm slowly customizing my space. Um, I set some goals this year that I'm trying to stay with.
Hmm.
Um, not quite doing as good as I did the first week of January, but
Who
they're
does?
the thing is they're goals.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
if I have a time when I'm not doing good on them, I can always pick them up again wherever I left off and
Yep.
continue working on them.
Yep.
So, and that's the nice thing about setting goals instead of
Hmm.
doing resolutions. Because
Yes.
resolution says, oh, you have to stick to this. And if
And you
not, you're
have
a
to do it
failure.
rigidly as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you fail or if you don't do it, you're a failure.
Oh, I know,
Where
right?
goals say, okay, if you fail fail, you can always get right back up where you left off and keep on going.
Yep.
And any progress is still progress.
That's right.
And so you can never fail at a goal.
Right. You're just still in the on the road to get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's a great way of seeing things. I like that.
it was actually explained to me one time by one of my favorite authors, I'm pretty sure, is how I
Hmm.
ended up. I think it was Patsy Claremont that told me or wrote about it in one of her
Hmm.
books.
Okay. Cool.
So, and she suffered from crippling agoraphobia to the point she was bedroom bound.
Wow.
And she went from being bedroom bound to talking in front of thousands of ladies every weekend and flying
Wow.
across the world.
Yep.
But she told me um, when I got to see her and talk to her, she says there's still times that just as I go to put my foot on that stage, I'm still wanting to run the other direction.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Hi, Lynn. Welcome back. It's good to see you again. Um, but yeah, coming into the apartment and getting kind of settled, there's there's a guy upstairs that kind of gives me the creeps, but
Okay.
I guess I can't have it all.
We
So
can try. But
yeah,
yeah, you're right. There still are,
there's gonna
this
be
is not
creepy
going to be a
guys.
perfect world, no matter
Yeah,
what. But
yeah.
yeah.
And of course, according to him, he's, oh, I'm just trying to be helpful
Yeah.
and get to
Well,
know you. And it's like, I'm sorry, I want to live in an apartment because I can't do the stuff for myself,
hmm,
but I also want my independence.
hmm. Yeah.
So I kind of need both.
It's a fine line. And other people, if you're, as long as you're kind in your describing what you need, not just saying, go away, or, that kind of thing. It's just, um, as long as I really appreciate your help, but, and then there's the but, which means ignore what I just said. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that that
The
can sometimes be a good way to do it.
the clincher was when him and his partner were badgering me about, oh, have you been on holidays? Have you been gone? I'm like, I've been on days off.
Yeah,
It's like you don't need to know my where I've been.
yeah, yeah,
So whatever.
yeah,
But you're gonna have people like that all
for sure.
throughout life.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But I've kind of gotten into a routine here.
Hmm.
Um, the last few months it's been get up, go to work, come home, feel tired, try and not fall asleep and have a nap.
Yes.
Um, it's gotten to the point where there's times I will have a meal at around 2:30,
Hmm.
3 o'clock, and then get ready and go to my recliner so that when I'm ready to fall asleep, I
You
just turn
just
the light out and
pass out.
I'm done.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And right now I'm okay with that. I'm okay
Good.
with not doing anything,
Hmm.
not having the energy or whatever, because I know that my body needs to heal.
Hmm. You're being kind to
And
yourself and you're giving yourself permission to do what your energy level is allowing
yeah,
you rather than really beating yourself up.
yeah. Um, I started a journey last November
Hmm.
that is picking up pace. I am so excited about it.
Yes. And so, what's the
Um,
journey and what's the pace?
so I found out on Tuesday that my cat Patches is again my hero. But I'll
Hmm.
start back November 24 or 2024.
Hmm.
Um, part of my journey has been knowing that my family has cancer in it.
Hmm.
And because my grandmother passed from ovarian cancer at the
Hmm.
age of 12, I made the decision to, as soon as I knew I was in menopause, I would get everything taken out.
Hmm.
Now, my mother's side of the family,
Hmm.
menopause starts at 35.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just kind of, okay,
Hmm.
um, I'll keep a watch.
Hmm.
And because I had such bad endometriosis and was going through all of that stuff, I eventually asked my doctor to take the tests
Hmm.
to see if, and I was about what, 28 at the time?
Okay.
No, no, I guess I was 35 around there because gonna be
28,
48 this
35.
year.
I see where you can mess that up. Hey, Rev. Oh, thank you. Yes, don't forget to tickle the like button. Yep.
But knowing that menopause started early
Hmm.
and because of being on so much hormone replacement because of endometriosis and that can
Hmm.
turn to cancer,
Hmm.
I I knew from the time I was 12 that as soon as I knew I was in menopause, everything was coming out.
Hmm.
And so I watched. And
Hmm.
eventually I asked my doctor if she could do the blood tests that tell if you're starting menopause. And she did.
Hmm.
And yep, you're starting menopause. And I said, good, I want to see a gynecologist. And so she asked me if I had any preference.
Hmm.
And I said, well, I don't want this doctor or this doctor
Fair.
because they had been two gynecologists that I did not get along with.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And so she, the next day, I got a phone call from the office of the gynecologist that ended up becoming my surgeon.
Hmm.
He was the best in his field. He had a strange bedside manner, which I was warned about, but that's okay.
But you found actually that it was probably the best thing for you, like
Yeah, well,
once you got used to it.
he would do the exam. He would come in and do the exam, and then he'd want to talk to you. Well, I've never met this guy.
Hmm.
And so I wanted to meet him before he did
Hmm.
any exams on me.
Hmm.
And he wouldn't look at me. And
Mm-hmm.
he seemed so uncomfortable. But after he had done the exam and
Mm-hmm.
told me to come into his office, I had a friend with me.
Mm-hmm.
He he talked to me and he says, "Well, why do you want to do this?" And I said, "Because there's a family history of cancer and I'm not taking chances."
Yeah.
And he said, "Well, you do know that you have a higher rate of getting breast cancer than ovarian cancer."
Mm-hmm.
He says, "What'll you do if you end up with breast cancer?" And without missing a heartbeat, I said, "Cut him off."
Mm-hmm.
And his head jerked up so fast that it's surprised that I just about
Yeah.
chuckled.
Well, I mean, how
So
many women, it's the first thing like instantly out of your mouth. Oh, just get rid of them all and they're
yeah,
fine.
no big
So,
deal.
yeah.
So my hysterectomy was in September of 2015,
Mm-hmm.
and it was the best thing I did. It
Yes.
was a hard emotional recovery
Yeah.
because
Yep.
it meant that now there really wasn't an option to ever carry a baby.
Mm-hmm.
And the one I had carried, I had lost.
Mm-hmm.
And so I got really angry every time I saw a pregnant lady or someone with a newborn. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so that was hard.
Yeah.
But I got through that and ended up with about a year after surgery with an amazing psychiatrist, an amazing counselor,
Mm-hmm.
and have been with them ever since.
Yeah.
And the other preventative that I had talked to my doctor about doing
Mm-hmm.
was right away I would start having, or at the age of, I think it was the age of 40, I would start having
Mm.
mammograms every other year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Um, I went in for the first mammogram.
Mm-hmm.
I was on my own.
Mm-hmm.
I had had a ultrasound right before, one of the ones where you have to keep your bladder full
Mm-hmm.
right
Yeah.
before, and I was on my own. And I knew I was going to a friend's place after,
Mm-hmm.
so I could take an Ativan because I was staying in the city.
Right.
And but I only took like half an Ativan,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah,
completely
you didn't
fell
want to be
apart.
loopy or, kind of,
You know,
yeah.
couldn't be drugged too much for driving in the city when you need to keep your wits about you.
Yes.
And
Oh, yeah.
yeah, that first one that I had was before COVID, and I did not do well in it. I fell apart. I was in hysterics, crying, but it was an older lady that
Mm-hmm.
was the tech, and she just pushed me through.
Was that
And
good or not so good? The pushing you through.
um, probably not so good.
Okay.
Um, not like the one on Tuesday.
Okay.
That one just
We'll get to her. In my humble yet accurate opinion, she was awesome. But that's my humble yet accurate opinion. Yeah. Anyway.
my head was spinning so fast. I didn't know
Oh
what
yeah,
was
I know. I know. It was wonderful.
going on. But that first one was really hard to get through. I
Mm-hmm.
have a lot of trauma
Mm-hmm.
to dealing with my chest,
Mm-hmm.
um, mostly from my mother.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had a hard time even allowing anyone to look at that part of me,
Yeah.
and let alone expose myself.
Oh, I know, right?
And
Yeah.
as a female, you get the guys that's what they look at, and
I
it
know.
just it's And I had
Yeah.
girls in my class during gym class when we had to change that would tease me because I was smaller than them or whatever. And it
Mhm.
just a lot of shame there.
Mhm.
And so I got through that one. And 2 years later, actually more than 2 years because COVID happened.
Mhm.
And I'm I wasn't allowed to um I wasn't allowed to go to any doctors because I couldn't wear a mask
Right.
because
Yeah.
of the trauma.
Yeah.
And so I couldn't do that. And so once things kind of started to open up again,
Mhm.
my good friend that I had at the time, who was my medical person
Mhm.
at that point, she came with me so that I could take more Ativan,
Mhm.
and she would drive to and from.
Mhm.
And so I went into that one. She came in the room with me, and I fell apart again.
Mhm.
Um, Quite extreme,
Mhm.
crying, hyperventilating, the whole 9 yards. That was an older lady as well
Mhm.
that was doing the mammo that time,
Mhm.
and she just pushed me through.
Mhm.
Are you doing okay? Yeah, you can do this. Let's just keep going. And
Mhm.
it's like, okay, whatever, we'll do this.
Yeah.
And so I just pushed through even through the tears,
Mhm.
and my friend just gathered me in her arms afterwards and let me sob.
Yeah.
And they didn't bring the doctor in either of those first two
Right.
times
Right.
because I wouldn't see a male doctor. And it
Yep.
was the only doctor that was in the clinic that day.
Mhm.
So fast forward about a year, and I had talked to my doctor that I was seeing then
Mhm.
about this, and she said, well, let me refer you to a specialist. And because there was a spot that I was wanting them to take a look at.
Mhm.
And so I got that that doctor said, okay, well, you need to go for a mammogram before I can see you.
Right. Yep.
So I went through that mammogram, and that was November of 2024. And Kim was the one that went with me, and she saw me fall apart again.
Mhm. It was
And
traumatic.
I
I mean,
had
honestly, but you'd only taken not a full Ativan though, too.
no, that time I had taken a full
Oh,
Ativan.
had you? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I
Um,
didn't realize.
I had a younger tech that time,
She was wonderful.
and oh, she was beautiful.
Mhm.
She started and she got through the first set of pictures and went to do the second set.
Mhm.
And I was crying by that point, and she asked if I wanted to take a break, and I said, no, just do it. Because I knew it was going to be hard. And she says, no,
Mhm.
I'm going to stop. You need to take a break. She never did finish.
But tell her about the
But
conversation. It was,
she
yeah.
gave me a hope
Mhm.
that nobody else had given me.
Mhm.
She told me that because Kim had mentioned about just doing ultrasounds,
Mhm.
and she said that, well, ultrasounds will see some stuff, but mammograms see other things.
Yeah.
And so you kind of need the mammogram to see the more stuff.
Hmm.
And she went out to talk to the doctor and she came back in, and I guess they could see enough that they didn't have to continue.
Hmm.
But that was when she told me she saw the name of the doctor on the subscribing doctor on the requisition. And she
Hmm.
says, I know this doctor. Um, talk to her.
Hmm.
You might be able to get a double mastectomy because you can't do the mammograms.
Hmm. The
Because I
trauma,
told
just
her
the personal trauma.
I told her that that was part of my preventative was
Oh yeah.
to have um, mammograms every other year
Hmm.
for catching things early because of our family history.
Hmm.
Um, and when she told me, and I think I said something to her first about, for so many years I just wish I could get them cut off.
Hmm. Yep.
And she said, well, maybe you can.
Hmm.
And like they had sent me to the breast health center.
Hmm.
Well, when I eventually got sent to the breast center, it was a different doctor that
Hmm.
ended up seeing me.
Hmm.
It was not a very good first impression.
No, no, it wasn't. The first impression.
I ended
Yeah.
up in hysterics
Hmm.
on Ativan again.
Yep.
And I just, she did not seem very sympathetic.
Hmm.
Um, it felt like she had no trauma training. Now,
Probably not. She was also very young. And when I say
yeah,
very young, probably in her 30s would be my
yeah.
guess. But
So you would think she would have had some trauma,
no,
but of
no.
course she's a surgeon, so they just
Yeah.
want to slice and dice and get out,
Yeah.
is how doctors have even told me that that's
Yep.
what they want to do. And but she agreed to talk with her higher ups because
Hmm.
she said, oh, there's no way, the only way you could get double mastectomy is if you end up with cancer. And I'm like,
Yeah, we don't just cut them off just because, is kind of what she said.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there going, yeah, well, people get them cut off for other reasons
Well,
as
exactly.
well.
That drove me crazy. Honestly, I'm just going to insert here
Yeah,
a little bit. When she said that, what was going through my mind is somebody will get gender affirming surgery, go to a doctor, say, I want them cut off because this is going to help me psychologically. And the medical community says, yes, let's do it. But somebody's having trauma
they
and
they do
doesn't.
have to go through
Oh,
the
they do.
psychological.
No, they still do have to go through the psychological, but they didn't
Yeah,
even offer you that ahead of it. You know what I mean? Like she didn't say, oh, yeah, we'll send you to a psychologist or whatever, psychological,
yeah,
whatever. She's just like, no, we won't do that.
we
So,
can't do that. She'd never heard of it being done.
there we go. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
um and I sat there and I'm like, and that just made me mad, which made
Oh,
me
yeah.
more upset and
Yeah. Yeah.
hyperventilating even more. And
Yeah, there was that.
yeah, and so I did allow her to, even though I complained to her higher up, like
Hmm.
I phoned back the next day and I complained about her.
Hmm.
Um, she said she would have to talk to her higher up
Hmm.
to see if she could even do it, but she didn't think that there was any way we could do that.
Yeah.
But she was willing to do the cut the cyst and remove the cyst for me that was there.
You didn't tell
Um,
them about the cyst.
hmm?
I don't think you've mentioned about the cyst today.
Oh, I had a little cyst between the two. And
Mhm.
so she ended up, and that cyst, it had been kind of coming and going for quite a while,
Mhm.
but my cats were really starting to paw at it and really alerting to it. And so I thought, okay, I've heard of cats and dogs doing this,
Mhm.
even rabbits and other animals
Mhm.
doing this to humans and
Mhm.
alerting for
Yeah.
cancer or something else that's wrong.
Yeah.
And so I thought, I'm going to get this checked out. And so that's why I started this whole process.
Mhm.
So she removed the cyst,
Mhm.
beautiful stitching job.
Mhm.
There's very little there's very little scar there. And when she took the cyst off,
I
yeah,
like that. I like that, Rev.
exactly.
Absolutely. But yeah, she took off the cyst and.
She took off the cyst and I asked her what she had found out from her higher ups.
Mhm.
And she found out that I needed to get a psychiatrist to sign off on it.
Mhm.
Well, by that point, I had seen my psychiatrist for 9 years.
Mhm.
So it's like, I
Sure.
don't think that there will be any problem. I was a little nervous because I was scared that because I hadn't talked to her about this.
Mhm.
When I went to see a psychiatrist, and you've heard us both say that we go to the same psychiatrist.
We both like her. Yep.
And when I was talking to people and finding out what it's like to go see a psychiatrist, they said,
Mhm.
well, they're the ones that you go in for about 15 minutes, talk about things, get your meds, and leave. And so that was what I thought. You don't
Mhm.
talk to your psychiatrist about everything that's going on and
Mhm.
whatever, that you leave for your counselor.
Mhm.
So well, I had never talked to my counselor about this whole thing, let alone my
Right.
psychiatrist.
Yeah.
And it had been 9 years.
Yeah.
And so I was kind of scared that my psychiatrist wouldn't um, allow it.
Mhm.
But I told her what was going on and why I was wanting to do it. And she saw me break like she's never seen me break before, like
Yeah.
that. And like she's seen me get really so that where my body just shakes, but she
Mhm.
had never seen me hyperventilate in crying.
Mhm.
And I don't think so anyways.
Yeah.
And while I was in the office, she sent the email to the breast center.
Yeah.
And about 3 months later, I still hadn't heard anything from the breast
Mhm.
center. So I called.
Mhm.
And that was probably around October that I had called. And I said,
Yeah.
what's going on? I said, my psychiatrist wrote the letter. What's
Mhm.
going on? And the nurse who called me back, said, well, I see we got the letter, but it doesn't look like the doctor looked at it because it's just from your regular doctor. And I said, no, it's from my psychiatrist.
They
And they're
probably
going,
weren't expecting to see a psychiatry note that quick, to tell you the
well, it
truth.
had been about 3 or 4 months by then because I
But
had
no,
just
like,
had my appointment. But
but they're probably expecting like in a year your psychiatrist would sign off on it rather
yeah,
than just in a couple of months, like not realizing the type of relationship you have. Anyway, yeah.
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 But she says, well, we got this letter from your medical doctor.
Mhm.
And I said, no, that is my psychiatrist. but the name of the medical center is just Victory Medical Center.
It
It
is.
doesn't
Yes.
have psychiatry really in the name,
No.
but behind my doctor's name, it says Doctor of Psychiatry.
Yep.
And there's only psychiatrists that work out of that office right now.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
And oh my goodness, by December, I was
Mhm.
just leaving to go to Kim's for Christmas, and I had gotten a phone call
Mhm.
while I was literally in the shower to get ready.
Mhm.
And then I got another phone call to say that my doctor's appointment that was supposed to be that afternoon had
Mhm.
to be moved because my doctor was sick.
Mhm.
And then I called back this number that had left a message, and it was the breast center. And they said, the doctor wants you to come in
Mhm.
January.
Mhm.
So I went in middle part of January, and right away, and I thought I was walking into another fight.
Yeah.
I really did. And yeah, she's sitting right next to me because she's I've been away for 2.5 days.
She
So
just got
she's
home this
wanting her
afternoon.
mommy time. She's wanting her mommy time.
Yep. But she also can sense that you're emotional, like not upset, but
Mhm.
emotional, right?
Yeah,
And she just is really close when you're feeling that way.
yeah. But the last probably 3 or 4 months now,
Mhm.
Patches has been alerting me to a different part of my body.
Mhm.
Same region, but different part
Different
than where
area.
the cyst was before.
Right. Right.
And so I'd actually brought that up to my doctor's attention.
Mhm.
Brought it up to By then I had changed my thinking that I needed to start looking at her as my surgeon, not my doctor.
Mhm.
And that seemed to put a shift inside me.
Mhm.
And so I brought up the fact that my cat was alerting on the one side. And so
Mhm.
she did a little bit of an exam, and she says, well, I can't really feel anything. But right away when she came in, she told me that this is what would happen with the surgery, and this is what would happen afterwards, and just right away, just and she answered all my questions even though she had
Yeah.
already pretty much answered them before. I
Yeah.
asked them anyways, and to made sure I had clarification and everything. And closer to the end, I said something about, well, being better than the last time I was here. And she says, yeah, you're much better. So
Yeah, you're much better. That's it. Well, honestly, between the two of you, you were more relaxed and she was more not
under
accommodating. She was more
more
understanding, more,
understanding.
yeah, yeah, she was much better. But I found that actually when she took the cyst out as well, she was much more
Yeah,
comfortable with you. Yeah.
yeah. And she saw how I was kind of more okay with it.
I'm laughing at Gordy. You're talking so much
Yeah.
more slowly now.
Sorry about that. I know I'm talking slow tonight.
No, actually, you're not.
I'm trying to keep my thoughts going.
Exactly. Yes. So, okay. So
So on
continue on.
Tuesday, after I finished work, I went in to Kim's place
Hmm.
and stayed there, and we went for my mammogram on Wednesday morning.
Hmm.
And I took my Ativan when we were leaving her place, which is about half an hour away from where the appointment
Hmm.
was to have or to be. And this is the first time that the doctor actually came into the room, and it was the male doctor, which I wasn't too happy about, but whatever.
You could see her whole shift. She's like, and I know it was totally unconscious, but you were just like, whoop. Yeah,
Oh, I know I was
yeah,
coiling back.
yeah.
The tech I had this time, she spoke fast
Hmm.
and she was flip, flip, flip all over the place. And I'm going, I didn't even have a chance to say, would you slow down, please?
Yeah, no. But on top of that, she was asking about patches. She was asking about all of these things in your life just to get your brain out of what was happening at the moment. She was amazing. She was wonderful. And I'm gonna brag on my girl here. Let me tell you, there was no crying, there was no stress, there was none of the hyperventilating. Like I had my eyes
The
down,
tears
I'm
were
I'm giving
there.
her pardon?
The tears were there.
The tears were there, but I mean they weren't like you know,
Mhm.
and of course I keep my eyes down. I want to give the girls some privacy here. But being in the room, prior to that, though, what we had not done before, and we shoulda, but we had not done before, is we prayed. We prayed. We told Satan that he had absolutely no right whatsoever to be there, and we banished the demons of fear, of panic, of all of these different things. We just like, Satan, you're nothing. You don't have it here. This is God's. Angels will be around her. And we just prayed the power of Jesus over top of her, the Holy Spirit, just, and none. The panic, like the tears were there, but the panic wasn't. You were amazing, my girl. You were amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, and I spent the hour while you were doing your presentation curled up in a corner.
Yeah. Well,
But whatever. Got
yeah.
through it, and the doctor came in and he was saying that everything looked good.
Hmm.
He says there's two little spots, but nothing to be concerned about because they've been there since I started going
Hmm.
to that place. And I'm like, where are those little spots that you see? He says, well, they're on the right. And I said, well, that's where my cat has been
Hmm.
alerting that there's something there.
Hmm.
Well, he poo-pooed that, and
He did. Yeah.
he's all, I guess, science and doesn't realize that animals can sense these things and
Right.
whatever.
Yeah.
But the only reason I had to have this mammogram is so that I can have my surgery. I am already on the wait list, which is, I'm told, about a year long or a little bit
Hmm.
more. I am on the cancellation list,
Hmm.
which means I could be called pretty much any time now.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, hearing that there's a couple of spots that are showing up, just
Hmm.
it really confirmed what was going on in my mind,
Hmm.
that Patches did find something. Um, the reason I had this one is I had to have it so that she could see if there was any spots of concern, so that she
Hmm.
would know if she had to look at the lymph nodes while she
Absolutely.
was in there.
Yeah.
Because if she closes up and they find cancer, anything on pathology,
Hmm.
then they can't go back in for the lymph nodes.
Right.
So that's that's kind of where things are at. Um, I was pretty upset about the fact that they've known about these spots and never said anything to me. That kind of, because I was only going to be having these every other year.
Hmm.
And that's a large amount of time to between each time
Mm-hmm.
where a cancer could grow quickly. And I
Mm-hmm.
had no idea, so I didn't know to watch for anything.
Yeah.
So I'm going into it with a better sense of it all.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I honestly feel like the surgery will happen before June. It's just a sense I have,
Mm-hmm.
and I have since I got put on the list.
Mm-hmm.
If it doesn't happen,
That's okay.
whatever.
Yep.
It'll happen when it's supposed to.
That's exactly right. Yes. Yep. And not a day before.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So now the prayer, um the prayer now is to start praying for the doctors and the nurses
Mm-hmm.
that will be on the care team for me,
Mm-hmm.
all of the operating staff,
Mm-hmm.
the anesthesiologist, that they will get the needle in first time, because
Yep.
my veins are very hard to find,
Mm. Yeah.
especially if I get a little dehydrated. They like to run and hide,
Yeah.
and they go, "Oh, there's one right there." They go to push in, and it's gone.
Yep.
I get that from my mother. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm so glad that that is over. And I guess part of the thing that helped was going into it, I knew it would be the very last time I would ever have to do one of those again.
What a relief, huh?
Yes.
Yeah. Man.
So yeah, it's
Yep. Echo's
so yeah,
absolutely
that's
right.
kind of
Peace of mind.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So so I am so proud of my girl
Mm-hmm.
that she started to alert on something that
Yeah.
actually was there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So maybe there's a little bit more to that than they think,
Yep. Absolutely.
because
You
she
never know.
never alerted till now. Yep.
Right. Yeah.
Well, we might know after the pathology of the.
Well, keep in mind what they were alerting to before wasn't cancerous either. It was simply a
No.
cyst. So
Yeah.
it could simply be that it is a different type of cyst or something like that. We don't know.
Yeah.
And the good thing is, like you said, this is the last time, and they're going to say, yep, done. Like the doctors
We're
are all
gonna get.
in, the pathologists
We're
all
getting.
in.
We are getting rid of those little spots that they found.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Yes. Shy veins, that's right. Veins are playing Marco Polo. That's right, Indigo. Absolutely. Take comfort in knowing that people are praying for you. Thank you, Gordy. You're
Yes.
right. Prayer works. We're, prayer is essential. Pray until something happens. Absolutely. There's another one that I like is frog. Fully rely on God. You know, and that's one of my email addresses. Actually, the email attached to this YouTube account, I think, is fully rely on God. So Froggy Mama. So yeah.
But
Yep.
no, when I
Absolutely.
had my hysterectomy, of course,
Mm-hmm.
it was my pastor's wife that had gone with me,
Mm-hmm.
and when we had talked to the anesthesiologist, we had told her that because I was dehydrated, because you're not allowed to eat or drink
Right.
from like 10 o'clock the night before on.
Mm-hmm.
And it was getting close to 11 o'clock in the morning by then.
Wow.
And so we told the anesthesiologist that it might take a bit to get a vein.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And my pastor's wife said, well, we'll just pray that she'll be able to get it the first time. And when she got it the first time, she says, well, I guess your prayer worked. And the gynecologist was kind of sitting in the back at that point, and he laughed and he said, prayer doesn't work. And I said to him, I said, every one of you in here has been covered in prayer.
Mm-hmm.
And he just kind of chuckled and went away to get scrubbed in. But it's like, yeah, every one of them,
Yep.
every one of the nurses that was in that operating room, and every one of the nurses that dealt with me through the time I was in the hospital,
Yep.
the ones that dealt with me through emergency, and when
Mm-hmm.
I came back, how many days later.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So,
One of the things I
but
love about the psychiatrist that Krystal and I share is that she's also a Christian. She's not, she's incredibly professional. She would never sit there and go, well, there's this, and this, and scripturally, this is what would happen. And, I'll pray about, that's not what she's like. She
no,
is
she wouldn't even say
incredibly,
that when I said, I know you're a Christian. What are your thoughts on?
yeah, no, she won't. But what I like is that if I say God spoke to me, she takes it seriously. If I say I prayed about this, she takes it seriously. She's not going to give advice based on spirituality. She's just not. She's much too professional for that. But when I offer my spiritual bent, she gets it. And I know that she does. And I love that about her. She is, yeah, I really, really like her a lot. Yeah.
So now the next hurdle to get through, which is
There's a
coming
turtle to
up,
get through?
the next hurdle to get through
Okay, okay. Yeah, go ahead.
is coming up in just a couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess first I got to get through inventory at work.
Yeah.
And then I go to see a urologist because I've been having some problems, which could be one of a couple of things.
Mm-hmm.
One, it could be a rare side effect to one of the medications I'm taking, but I
Yeah.
tried to get off of that medication, and within 2 days, the headaches came back fierce. So I'm
Yeah,
like, yeah, no, I'll just, if that's what's causing them, then I'll just stay on the medication.
that's right. Yep.
And the other one could be that I need another bladder repair.
Yep.
I had to have one when I had my hysterectomy
Yeah.
because there was too much scarring and endometriosis scarring. So when he went
Mm-hmm.
in, he ended up ripping the bladder a little bit.
Mm.
But I heard from his colleagues that he was the perfect doctor to have had
Mm-hmm.
that situation happen because
Yeah.
he's the only doctor at that point that could do it laparoscopically. Any other doctor in that hospital would have had to open me up and do the repair.
Wow. Yeah.
So,
Oh, yes, we remember Striper. Yes. So yeah, there's yeah, the acronyms for all sorts of spiritual things are just they're great for bringing back what God wants you to remember, right? So, yeah. So, Krystal, you're so strong and I admire you so much. Hales is just, yeah,
thank
you're
you.
wonderful, my dear. Yeah.
Yeah, no, turtles don't do good with hurdles.
No, turtles and hurdles
And
just aren't so great.
unless you're Ernie the turtle.
Which is the
He's
name
what
of the turtle for her town. So, yeah.
where I grew up.
Hmm.
He was our town mascot. But he was also something like 10 or 12 feet high.
Yeah, he is about that tall. I actually, I should, or Franklin from Franklin and Friends. Yes, absolutely. And that's Canadian. Franklin is Canadian. I don't know if you knew that. Um, anyway, yes, I should, next time you're on, I should have a photo, download a photo of my husband and I in front of Ernie the turtle. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, y'all, my husband has come home from work and I should go at least say hello. And
We were both
thank you.
sleeping when he got home yesterday. So,
We were. Oh my goodness. Yesterday was such an exhausting, like just a mentally exhausting day.
yeah.
And yeah,
Kim, how is your foot?
my foot's fine, thank you. Actually, I have no idea if it is. Thank you, Gordy. Um, I have no idea if it has knit or not, but I did speak to the doctor that I saw most recently, um, and he's like, "Yeah, no, it's not hurting, it's not aching the way like blah, 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 blah. Don't worry about it, basically." And then I got home from taking Krystal
Yesterday.
to the city yesterday. Walked in the house trying to very carefully go down my hallway so I don't, wet myself on the way to the bathroom.
And
And
she hadn't taken her
woof,
shoes off.
I hadn't taken my shoes off. And oh my goodness, I just fell and oh, that was not good. So yeah, so took care of myself, crawled off the floor, left the boots in my husband's office and went to bed. Yeah.
Yeah.
All righty. Have a good night, my friends. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yes.
Uh, yeah, those evil flat floors are the worst. Aren't they terrible? Like you draw a line across them, you'll trip right over it. At least you will if you're me. So, yeah. Anyway, give me a shout. Let me know if there's anything you want me to talk about in the next week or so. I'm going to be doing some paint events and stuff like that this coming week. So I'm really looking forward to that. And yeah, let me know what you want to talk about. I'd really love to hear from you. I love y'all. Thank you so
Love you
much.
guys.
Have a great evening.
Bye.
Bye bye.